Okay, so I was scrolling on social media and somebody was like, this movie, Kayla, on Tubi is a trip. So I'm like, okay, I take that as a suggestion. Let me go and check it out. First of all, I'm not going to single anybody out, but y'all really need to start making sure people take some acting classes. That's all I'm going to say on that. And when you watch it, you know exactly who I'm talking about. There's one person in particular, and it's like, y'all just cast them because they cute or something. But anyway, so this is a classic stalker, don't know when to let it go, don't know how to read the room type of film, all right? So this guy, he's single, so he hollered at two women at the bar one night. One of them, Kayla, the younger one, is I knew she was going to be a mess because when she left the bar, she looked at the other girl that he saw, or the other woman that she saw him talking to. So this whole thing is crazy because, first of all, if I'm not mistaken, she had sex with him either that night or the next day or something, and then start talking about a relationship and acting all like clingy. Listen, and I understand there's exceptions to the rule, but to all my young ladies watching, more times than not, if you have sex with a man first day you meet him, or a guy that you are not with, haven't known that long, most likely is not going to advance into a relationship. There's people that have said, well, me and my husband, we had sex the first night, we've been married 15 years. Okay, y'all are the exception, not the rule. So that was her first mistake. You dropped the draws too fast, and now you're over here and not in a relationship with him. So it really, if he's single, I don't feel like he really has to answer your questions about things. Like, now, if you're having sex with somebody, then it's like, yeah, I do need to kind of know if you're having sex with other people, but so you use protection so you can know and all that. But this whole, you got a girl in there, I'm finna knock your windows out. Like, girl, what is going on? And I feel like Kayla had serious low self-esteem, no hobbies, and she definitely wasn't employed, because people that work 40 plus hours a week don't have that time to do all that she was doing. And what killed me is, after a while, it was less about her getting mad at him for talking to the other girl, because the other girl, she was more reserved. Like, she didn't get with him too fast, and all that. But she was more about getting back at her. And it's like, this woman didn't do anything to you. You're mad at her because she's dating a guy that dropped the draws for the first day you met him. What is all this? And I will say this, Julian, he was wrong for having that girl watch his kids and stuff, because there's a lot of people who feel like, okay, if I meet your kids, this means it's something big. Like, this means we're taking it to the next level. Some people don't mind having different people around their kids, right? But in the movie, when he was like, I think it's time for you to meet my kids, and Ashley, the girl who Kayla was jealous of, was like, well, I don't know, let's take it slow. Like, she was more like, let's take things slow. Meeting kids is a big step. So now Ashley is real cool with her son's father. And I think that's great. Like, we don't often see movies where there's a baby daddy, baby mama situation and they're cordial. Like, they were real cool. They had been together 8 years. They were real cool. Like, they were like roommates or something. Like, he didn't really have an issue with her dating. She didn't have an issue with him dating, blah, blah, blah. So this is this is when I knew Kayla was cuckoo. When she gonna look up Ashley's son's father and start messing with him to get close to Ashley. Like, I'm telling you, when women have low self-esteem, you do things like run up behind a man that's not even yours. Because if Kayla had any kind of self-esteem and had something to do, I think she was unemployed with nothing to do. If she had self-esteem and had something to do, She would, first of all, she would have been probably talking to other people and not putting so much focus into Julian. Got to the point where she picking up his kids without him knowing, just so she could have an excuse to go by his house. Draw the line at kids. Okay, like when you get to the point, like, yeah, she didn't harm them. She's met them before. They know her. But for you to go to the school and pick them up, first of all, now that I think about it, that's not even realistic because in the age of school shootings, it's really hard. You have to go through Fort Knox for someone other than the parent to pick up the kid. Like I'm an auntie and I wasn't on the list. I had to pick my niece up from school one day and they had to call my sister. You know, back in the day, when I was a child in the 90s and 2000s, my mom was allowed to come all the way to the classroom to come get me. They're not doing that anymore now. So the fact that she was able to go and pick up his two kids, and I know she was not on the list, I'm like, okay. But I'm going to give y'all some grace because it's a movie. Everything's not totally realistic. Now, the part that people are talking about the most, and this is the part that just had me screaming in my room because it was funny as hell. I don't think it was supposed to be, but it was. Kayla shows up months later to TJ's house, which is Ashley's, baby's father. He's like, man, what you doing here? What you want? I'm pregnant. Without no hesitation, he pops her ass. I'm like, when I tell you I was in my room, because I've seen it twice, because, the second time I like to kind of take mental notes when I'm about to do a video. When I saw that the first time, I'm like, how you just popped it? How she could have been like, I'm pregnant, it's not yours, but I just want to let you know that, I'm over you and I just want to be friends. You don't know what this woman was finna say. She said, I'm pregnant, pow! Then he gonna call Ashley talking about, I just shot Kayla. You what? And then the credits come on. I'm like, girl, listen, people make fun of Tubi movies and I'm always defending y'all, but what was that? Like, I don't know what ending I was expecting for him, but for him to just shoot. First of all, you come to the door with a gun. Like, who was after you? What do you have going on where you just walking around with a Smith & Wesson or whatever the hell that was and just gonna shoot the girl? Like, and what's so crazy is his character was like the most chill. So I didn't expect that from him. It was funny. I don't think it was supposed to be funny, but it was funny. Now, Julian, there was a scene I didn't like. He was sounding real pimpish. I didn't really like it when Ashley, I think she fell asleep or something, but he was like, yeah, I'm paraphrasing. And you had me waiting on you. And she was like, I'm sorry. And he was like, don't be sorry. Just be careful. Treat me like how I want to treat you or something like that. It's like, who the fuck are you talking to? Did you just finish watching Dolomite or something, or one of them blaxploitation films? Like, what is all this? Don't be sorry, be careful. I would have hung up on him. I'm sorry. You're not that upset. And then when she was trying to see him, he was like, well, I'm busy right now. So you went through all that just to say you're busy right now. I need him to redeem himself. Because every time I see him playing something, he playing some sneaky role like that. Some kind of pimp type role. But anyway, Kayla had me. If you want a good hour and 15 to burn, you don't have nothing to do, you just at home. I'm assuming you already watched it. I say this every other video. I'm assuming you already watched it, but please let me know what you think about that. I'm like, that ending though, it's like, was y'all running out of time and the script was due? You were trying to meet a deadline? Because the fact that, like, I'm pregnant, pow. And then he called Ashley. I'm like, girl, oh my God. But listen, let me know what you think about it in the comments. Shout out to my subbies. Shout out to the rest of you who are not subscribed, but you know you can by hitting that channel for me. I love every last one of you. Peace and blessings. Until next time.